Natalie, and it's time for another A Cherry on Top YouTube hop with the design team. This month is April, and we are going to focus on spring layouts. So pretty broad. I have some really cute Easter photos. So I'm going to make an Easter page with the new Reminisce collection, which is called Easter Blue, and it's really cool because it has like some black and white in it, so it's pretty unique. And I'm going to use these Minte chippies. I haven't exactly decided yet what I'm going to do, either paint or maybe some heat embossing powder, or maybe both. So I think that it's time to get started, so let's turn this camera around. So here we are with the camera turned around. I'm going to use this black and white egg pattern paper as my background. Pretty bold, but I don't know. I think the colored photo pops nicely off of the page. I did think that I had, that Wally had gotten a black t-shirt, but in fact he only had a maroon t-shirt. But it works really well with the colors of their t-shirts. I'm happy with it. So I'm going to lop off this corner of the pattern paper so that I can have this fun little hot pink piece stick out of the top corner. And that is a kind of cut apart sheet from the Reminisce collection, and I guess they're 6x6 pieces. So I'm just going to use that pink one. I'm using these alphas from Pink Fresh Studio because they just matched really well with the colors. And so my title is going to be Extra Cute, like eggs. We were at the egg hunt, and my two boys and my nephew had matching shirts, and it was just so cute. And you know I love a good punny title. So I'm just pulling off different color alphas from these puffy alphas from Pink Fresh Studio that match and make my title. And this page actually came together pretty quick. The most amount of time that I end up spending is to embellish the Minte chippies. So I cut off the pink piece, and that's kind of the look that I'm going for right there, you can see. And I'm going to also back the photos with this pink cardstock. I went and grabbed a piece. I was like, wait, I already have a piece I've cut into, I know. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'll just kind of throw everything back on the page so you can see kind of my thought process before I get started on the heat embossing. But I'll let you, so I'll take this opportunity to let you know it is a design team hop for Cherry on Top crafts today, and we are all just making projects with a spring theme. So that's why I went with these Easter themed photos here. And if you hop along and leave comments on all the videos today, then you will be entered for a chance to win store credit. And I think it's like $25 maybe, but I'll link down below with all of the links in the hop, and they're all so inspirational. All the projects are gorgeous, so I hope you check them all out. So for this one, I'm going to make it all one color. It's a basket, so I just pressed it onto my Wow embossing pad, and now I'm using my tweezers to pick it up. I kind of knock off the excess powder, and I'm going to heat set it. If you're going to do a lot of heat embossing, I do recommend getting some tweezers because that gun gets super hot, and so it will also blow things around your desk. As you can see, it just kind of blew away because I wasn't holding on to it well. So using tweezers will help you keep things from blowing around, but you also don't have to hold on to them with your fingers, and you won't burn your fingers. So in this case, I wanted to put two different colors of embossing powder on this egg, and so I also have a Wow embossing pen, an ink pen. And so this is a really fun way to be detailed in your embossing. And also, if you have really good handwriting, you could also heat emboss your handwriting, but I don't, so I don't really do that. But first I'm coloring the bunny on this egg, and then I'm only sprinkling the powder over that part. And if it touches part of the egg that does not have the ink, then it doesn't stick. And so I'm doing a white bunny here, and then I will use the pen to color like the top part of the egg that's really close to the bunny, and then just press the rest of it onto the ink pad. But that pen really helps me like create detail with the heat embossing powder on this chippy. So that was fun. And the powder that I used is pretty light, so I end up having to do like 3 coats of it. But then after I do those 3 coats, I do go back and do another coat of white. I just color over the existing white on the bunny with the embossing pen again, just to do another coat on top of that, and make sure it's just thoroughly covered, and just make it look really nice. And so that's cool about embossing ink, is you can, you know, layer it up and make it look really thick and very glossy. And so that's what doing multiple layers of the embossing ink and the powder will do for you. And so when you see the final product, just know that the white has 2 coats, and then the like turquoisey color has 3 coats. If you hear huffing and puffing, that's just Lola. She wants to get up in my lap right now. So I finished it up. I did some off screen, but you can see I used, let's see, that yellow color, I think it's a honeybee color. And then the orange is Sunset Boulevard. The turquoise is Primary Soft Aqua. The green leaves on the carrot is Minty Twinkle. And then the white bunny is White Puff Twinkle. And so they each have a couple coats, except for the soft aqua needed 3 coats. So I roughed up the edge that I left off there, and then I'm going to start putting the page together. I cut away the excess checkered paper so I could use it behind that basket. I'm going to just add a little pop of pink behind the egg, not basket, because it has holes in it, and so I thought that would be like a fun little thing. And then I'm going to do embellishment clusters along that line where the 2 papers meet. So I'm just kind of setting things on there to see how they would look. And there I am adding that pattern paper behind the Easter egg. The carrot is my favorite, but you can see one of the like sprigs of greenery on top fell off. But when I go to stick it down with my Nuvo adhesive, it will just, you know, go nicely back into place, just like a little puzzle. So if you lose one of those pieces off your chippies, you can just glue them back together and they work really well. So these, I was gonna fill my basket, but I realized that the Easter eggs on the sticker sheet were pretty large. So I looked at the back side of the black and white paper, and it's colored Easter eggs. So there I am fussy cutting a couple of colored Easter eggs to fill my basket. And then I lay the basket on top, and then I put the chippies on top of that. So layering is key. I don't really have a lot going on this page, and so all of the interest really comes from the dimension of the chippies and then the layering that I do. And so I didn't pop up the photos with foam dots because of the chippies, and I knew I wanted the chippies to overlap the photos, and so I would have had to add foam tape to those on some parts, so I didn't do that. So my dimension comes from the chippies, but also you can use these flat stickers that come on the sticker sheet and pair them with the chippy pieces, and then you kind of get like 2 different layers and dimensions. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just adding some color along this page with the florals, and then also the black and whites from the sticker sheets. And I'm really liking how that looks. There's a few like circular little wreath items, so that's what you see right there, and I've just cut them apart, and then I'm just tucking and making, I like everything to kind of touch because I feel like that gives a look of cohesion. And now I'm going to stick down the chippies, and then I'm going to go back and add additional flat stickers on the black and white side of the paper, just so it kind of looks like there's an explosion coming from both sides of the crack in this paper, I guess, is kind of the thought process there. And adding more of the colorful stickers on this side of the on the black and white paper, and tucking in amongst the chipboard pieces. I feel like that helps to build with the dimension, but when you like tuck and stick things, nestle things into one another. The Nuvo adhesive, I always add that to my puffy alphas. They're pretty sticky, but just in case, you know, to avoid future problems, I always like to add additional adhesive. So we're almost done. I just kind of look at it and I'm thinking like it needs a little something. So I put a couple of anchoring black and white stickers underneath around the title. But then it still needs a little something, and all it needs really is I grab my white ink pen and I start tracing around the alphas, and that little bit of something really helps the alphas to kind of pop off of the page and be noticed. And so it's kind of the same idea of like the white outline on the eggs on the background paper, but I really feel like outlining these alphas with the white gel pen made a big difference. Small action, but big impact, right? And then I'm gonna finish it up by adding those flat back gems you can see up above. Those are from Pink Fresh Studio. Highly recommend every color. They're so gorgeous and they come in different sizes. So you'll see those in the final, and I'll link down below with all the affiliate links that I have to these products or something similar to them if they don't have the exact one in the store. Let me know if you have any questions and make sure to hop along. The links are down below in the description, and if you leave comments, you'll be entered for a chance to win store credit. Thanks to Cherry on Top. Bye, y'all.